Hey everybody, Dr. Oliver here for backintelligence.com, and today we're going to talk about Antalgia, what it is, how it comes about, and maybe some things to do about it. And if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got a lot of great videos on back pain, things to do, some tips, exercises, and we're always putting out new stuff. So Antalgia, what is Antalgia? People may have heard this word before. Essentially, Antalgia is just when you assume a posture to avoid pain. So someone has a pain, they may assume a different posture to avoid that pain. And there's multiple reasons this may happen. In an acute scenario, if you say you injured your knee, you may avoid putting weight on it, so you might shift weight over to the other leg. Same thing with your hip. Or you may have a chronic condition. Maybe you have some arthritis in your knee or arthritis in your hip. And again, you're going to assume that antalgic position because basically you just want to avoid causing pain. The problem becomes if you assume that position for too long, you can actually cause muscle imbalances to develop, which can lead to more problems down the line. One of the most common reasons I'll see antalgia in my office is low back pain patients, whether it be a disc injury. Some people will get a herniated disc where a disc actually herniates out. And because it goes to one side, typically, you'll see that person usually lean to the other side. So sometimes an antalgia can be so severe, someone might walk in my office like this. I've seen it before where someone walks in and can't get out of this position. I tell them to stand up straight and they literally can't. They can't assume that position. It's because anything over here will actually cause more squishing of the disc and more pressure on it, which is going to cause more pain. So antalgia is just a sign that someone's in pain and they're trying to avoid that pain. So with this antalgia, generally the number one and number two things you're going to see is someone leaning to the side, so either their hips stick out or the shoulders stick to one side, or you'll actually see them usually leaning forward. So again, they want to avoid extending into the pain. The treatment approach for these generally is to actually put people into the positions that they're avoiding. And I tend to see if you load those positions over time, they get better. But it's always important to get evaluated to see what's going on. So see your chiropractor, see your physical therapist, get a thorough evaluation to make sure you're doing the right things to correct it. Because again, you don't want these things to linger. You don't want to be holding antalgic postures for long periods of time because you're going to cause one set of muscles to compress, one set of muscles to lengthen, and over time you can develop compensations which can create more problems down the line. So we're going to give you one example of something you may be able to try if you do find yourself with this antalgic posture to the side. It's really important though, as you do this, if you experience any increase in pain, don't do it. It's not a good exercise for you. So again, we're going to go over one simple exercise you can do if you do find yourself with that antalgic posture. Again, typically for a low back, you're going to find your hips are shooting out one direction and your upper body or shoulders are going the opposite direction. So you can try this exercise at home, and again, it's really important it doesn't cause more pain. If you're doing it and it starts to cause increasing pain, it's not a good exercise, do not do it. And again, just get a thorough evaluation to make sure you do the right things. But let's just say, for instance, you find yourself with your hips shooting to the left a little bit. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go find a wall. You're gonna stand 2 to 3 feet off the wall, and you're gonna put your feet together. And you're gonna take your forearm, your right forearm, and you're gonna lean in on the wall. About shoulder height is where you want it. And then what you're going to do, again, your hips are generally going to be off to the side. You're going to try to gently push into this range of motion. Again, now your hips were to the left. We're trying to push them into the wall. It's important not to necessarily try to use your muscles to do it because that'll be probably more uncomfortable. Take your hand and actively push in. Again, go up to your barrier. You might find it kind of stops around here. That's fine. Just kind of work through it a little bit. You can do, 10 to 15 reps on this. As you do it, what we're looking to see is the range of motion starts to improve. So it'll be really good if you see that you can actually get further and closer to the wall. Again, if you start experiencing more pain, you're not ready for it, or it's just not a good exercise. So again, hand right on the hip, pushing in towards the wall, 10 to 15 reps. If you find it does feel good, or at least it doesn't feel bad, you can try that every couple hours to see if it starts to improve your posture. And what you should start to notice over time is that you become more centered and more vertical, and the hips start to shift right into the middle. So try this exercise. If it works for you, it may be very helpful to eliminate your back pain.
All right, thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give us a like as well as subscribe to this YouTube channel for more videos just like this. Now, if you'd like to get 3 video exercises that we've done with Dr. David Oliver that will help you to correct some of that forward head, those rounded shoulder, that kyphosis that we're all suffering from today because we're looking down at our phones, we're hunched over our computers all day. So these exercises are meant to correct your posture. So if you'd like to get them, they're completely free. There's going to be a link to get them somewhere here on the video or down below in the description. Just go to that page, enter your email, and we'll send you those videos right away.